हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञान तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। हरे कृष्ण. So this is a very interesting chapter. Sarvam kalam kritam manye. Everything is done by Krishna. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. How a living entity thinks that they are the doers. So this is what Bhishmadev is trying to convince Yudhishthir Maharaj. Are you are so tiny living entity. How can you think that you are the doer of any activity? This is all just false. You are not the doer only. What happens is on the screen of our mind, the soul watches this movie. And when the soul watches the movie, it starts identifying the movie. Means it puts the consciousness into the movie and start identifying with the characters. See, person goes to a movie. Similarly, the soul on the screen of our mind, it is watching all our movie, and we get so much emotionally involved. But when we become little rational and try to be an observer, that's what is fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Just try to be an observer of the activity, then you will not get any reaction also of the activity. You will be free from karma also. That's what is Bhishma Dev is telling. Of course, Krishna tells in Uddhav Gita and Bhagavad Gita also. Here, Bhishma Dev is also telling one thing, and two things is Sarvam Kalam Kritamani. Actually, everything is done by time factor. What happens, how the things in the society, we should not so much worry about what happens to society also. This also we are discussing. Anything that is happening around, who will come, Mughals will come, or Britishers will come, or Hindus will come, or any party will come, anything, that's all happening by what? Happening by time. Time, how it happens? Because of the influence of three modes of mental nature. It is very simple to understand. If Sataguna is prevailing, then you will have a Brahmanical culture. If Rajoguna is prevailing, then we'll have capitalist culture. And if Tamoguna is there, then there is no culture. Now, what is the present situation? It will come like that. Now, so it is very simple to understand how the system is working. It is all time is working. What we should do? Get out of this metal world. Don't become so much emotionally bogged up with what is happening around. Understand as a neutral observer. This is all Rajoguna. This is Tamoguna. Politicians are in Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Society is in Rajoguna, Tamoguna. That's what Prabhupada saw when he went to America. When he went to America, he is just he is just seeing, this is all passion and ignorance. So very clearly, Prabhupada could see passion and ignorance manifesting there. This is actually what we also have to see eventually. And then we'll not take anything so seriously in this world. Then what will take seriously? Bhagavatam will take seriously. Kunti's prayer will take seriously. And Bhishma's prayer will take seriously. This is what is Bhishmadev is telling here. Don't take this thing seriously. Anyway, it is happening according to the modes. See, different people are in different modes, and we are forced to act like that only. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. And Krishna also tell, nahi kasyit kshanapi jatutishta karma. Karitehi avashya karma. Sarva prakrite janaya. You are to be forced to work according to the nature. We are acting according to our swabhava. We should not we should not take it so seriously. That's the reason if somebody also is doing something wrong or right, we cannot take it so seriously. We say, okay, that's what he is. We have to come out of our swabhava. We have to come out of our situation. And that happens when a person follows Shastra. Yeah, so question is, even if sometimes we act in a way due to our swabhava that we don't desire, should we taken it as modes only? Yes, we are all affected by modes. That's what is our swabhava. We are in Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and we act accordingly. Now, we are given free will. See, where does free will come? When we follow Shastra, then only free will. Otherwise, nobody is using their free will. They are forced to act like that only. They say, Arey, what forced to act? I am making a choice. I am making a choice between this dress or this dress. I am making a choice with this food or that food. Arey, default you will choose that food only. Because that is your Swabhava. If a person is in Rajoguna, he will go and take Rajoguna food items only. If Tamoguna, he will drink cool drinks. He want to have food items which are kept in the micro oven and all these fast foods and all. The Rajoguna and Tamoguna. You may say I'm choosing, but you will choose that only. There is no option for us. It's a default force. This is actually what is happening to all of us. Now that's why what we have to do, we have to bring Shastra. Shastra vidim buddhisiddha vartate kamakarata nasa siddhim avapnoti nasukham naparam gati. This is what is happening. If you don't follow Shastra, there is a question of free will. Free will means whatever Shastra says, I'll follow. Then we will come out of this cycle. Then we'll be able to come out, we'll cut this cycle of Swabhava and continuing in this material world. That's why Krishna, yes, Shastra vartate kamakarta. If you just live, I like, we are just caught up. That sinful mentality will remain and we are caught up in this material world. And that is the reason we have to come out of it. Vartate kamakarata. Kamakarata means just doing I like. Nasasiddhim navapnoti nasukam parangati. You will not attain perfection, will not remain happy, and will not attain the ultimate goal in life. Liberation also, one person cannot get it. This is so clear. That is what here anybody they are quoting, they quote from Shastra only. Bhishmadev, Vyasdev or Daumya or anybody Krishna, they are all giving references to Yudhishthir Maharaj from Shastra. See, this is very important. What happened is when Britishers came to India, they saw that why people, there were no beggars, there were no dishonest person, there were no thieves and all, because everybody's life was based on Shastra. That's why they understood, they are so primitive because they have so much faith on Shastra. So Max Muller and all, they came. First thing they want to do is they want to remove people's faith from Shastra. Once your faith in Shastra is removed, you can happily become completely degraded and complete like American. You will become an American. So means materialistic person, and now everybody is becoming. They all follow that country. They are the leaders. They are leading. Now, why like that? Because why it is happening? The Shastra is not there. Means you don't have any standard for anything. Now there is a court case going on in India whether same-sex marriage should be allowed or not. Now it's a discussion, and no, they are favoring it. Now why it is happening? Because there is no pramana. Na? See, whatever I like, I will do. It was not considered in 1980s, but now it is very seriously considered that this should happen, and they are promoting, and big companies, they have a one full day seminars on such sessions also, because there is no pramana. Anybody want to tell anything, you can open news channels, YouTube, everybody will tell their own things and does not have any bit of value for it, because it is not Shastra. There is no value in any statements. We should not waste our time in hearing some quotations from here, something from there, some points from here, how to work hard, this, that, all useless. 100% useless only. We have to do what Shastra is telling. If it matches with what Shastra is saying, that is okay. Otherwise, it's all waste. So here, this is what is Yudhishthira Maharaj was not convinced, but Bhishma they convinced him. And it's all false ego. Don't think like that. It is Krishna only arranged. That's what he's telling. So we'll just read the translations from where Bhishma Dev started prayers, because we'll see the link. Just the translations we'll do. So here he says that aho kashtam, aho nyayam. So he says, oh, what a terrible sovereign, what a terrible injustice you good souls have to suffer for being the souls of sons of religion personified. You did not deserve to remain alive under those tribulations, yet you are protected by Brahmanas, God and religion.
And as far as my daughter-in-law Kunti is concerned, upon the great General Pandu's death, she became a widow with many children, and therefore she suffered greatly. And when you are grown up, she suffered a great deal also because of your actions. Means what happened to them, not actions. Here, in my opinion, this is all due to inevitable time. So here onwards, he gives reason, but yesterday we discussed the real reason also. Here, Bhishma is giving reasons. Like there is a story in Purana, like one Brahmani will be there. She was having one son, and she is a widow, and the son was nicely taking care of mother. He's a boy only, and he used to go to forest, bring some wood for firewood for and some flowers so that mother can cook for the Lord and offer. A very proper devoted. But what happens? A snake bites the child, and he dies there. And one hunter, he sees the snake also and the child dying, and he brings the dead body to the mother, and she feels very sad and she starts crying. And the hunter also feel very pity, and others also came, and he was feeling very pity. She's a widow and no, only shelter, she lost everything now. And he says, I know who is the culprit. I know that snake. I will call it, and you can do whatever you want with it. Then she says, you bring the snake, is it possible my son will come back? He says, that is not possible, but at least that culprit will come, you can punish. She says, no, no, no. But he was very, very much angry on the snake. So this hunter had some abilities, he can chant mantras, and he brings this and says, you are the cause of it. Then, then the snake says, no, 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 no. Death came, that's why I bite. It is because of death. And then death personified comes. He says, no, 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 no. Time came, that's why I came. It's time for death came, that's why I came. Then he says, no, it is not time, it is because of his karma, it happened to him. So, like that, of course, when you say time, it is a neutral party. Nobody takes offense. Anything is there, you say, time, what can be done? So, it's a neutral party. But the time is who? The time is Krishna only. That's what is here understood. And Yatra Dharma Sutarajan. Oh, how wonderful is the influence of the inevitable time. See, it is irreversible. Otherwise, how can there be reverses in the presence of King Yudhishthira, the son of demigod controlling religion? Bhima, the great fighter with the club, and the bowman Arjuna with his mighty weapon Gandiva, and above all the Lord, the direct well-wisher of the Pandavas. And then he says, O king, no one can know the plans of the Lord. So he says, Array, this is more difficult. Even we can say time. Nahi asya karshit rajan umam veda vedistam. He says, actually quite difficult to estimate. We can say time, but how can we, because time is neutral. Here, why Bhishmadev is going for the next point is, he could have said, okay, time, and it ends everything, right? But the important thing to understand, when Krishna interferes and time interferes, there is a difference. When time interferes, it goes very neutral. You have done this much, you'll get that much. You have you bet somebody, you'll also get beating. You give torture with your words and actions to somebody, and very soon you should also expect. So the point is what the time is neutrally performed. It will not go here, there, any direction. But when it comes to Krishna, it does not happen like that. He shows some partiality. That's why he says, no one can know the plan of Krishna. Even great philosophers inquire exhaustively, and they are bewildered. So even Kunti Maharani also saying the same thing. He says, Nato Natya Darovita. Very difficult to understand Krishna's plan. Like say, previously I was telling, dramas when they do, they used to make female roles also performed by males. And so much makeup to identify the person is difficult. So when Krishna comes, to identify that he is Supreme Lord is also difficult. Many people think ordinary. Even if they cannot accept only. When Duryodhana, when he saw the universal form, he says, some mistake. He cannot be Lord. He knows there is Lord, but he don't want to accept Krishna as Lord. Same thing with Dhritarashtra also. He knows there is Supreme Lord and there is Supreme Will, but you don't want to accept Krishna as Supreme Lord. This is the problem with the demoniac mentality. They don't want to accept Krishna as Supreme Personality God. Hiranyakashipu also, he saw Nrsimhadev coming. He says, no, no, he is only a magician. I will take care of him. Like that he thought. Same thing with Ravana also. So it's not so easy to identify the Lord. Demons they cannot identify. Only way to identify is humility, gratitude, and with love. Prema Anjana Churita Bhakti Vilochana. Then it is possible. Vibhushan could understand Krishna is Lord. Ravana could not understand. Sugriva understood, Vali could not understand. So the point is here Mantara, Kaikeyi, they could not understand. So means even Krishna is there, Pandavas understood, Kauravas did not understand. Not everybody understood. Maybe some of them might have understood. The point is what that it is not so easy. It is bewildering. This also we discussed. And we just and best among the descendant of Bharata Yudhishthira, I maintain therefore that all this is within the plan of the Lord. Accepting the inconceivable plan of the Lord, you must follow it. You are now the appointed administrative head, and my Lord, you should never take care of those subjects. Sir, you should now take care of those subjects who are rendered helpless. So this is actually another thing that happened. Like when the all the women they lost their father, brother, husband, or son. They felt, Array, we don't have any protection. But as soon as Yudhishthira Maharaj became the king, everybody was feeling very secure. They said, yes, he can give protection to us. We need not worry. So they became fearless by Yudhishthira Maharaj being the king, like that. And Bhishmadev is giving Eshavai Bhagavan Sagya, Adhyo Narayana, original Narayana only. You don't think he's one of your family member driving the chariot for you and no becoming a peace messenger and no, whenever you call some difficulties coming. No, he's the original Narayana. And he is no other than the inconceivable original personality of God. He is the first Narayana, the supreme enjoyer. But by bewildering us with his self-created energy, he is moving among the descendant of King of Vishnu, just like one of us. And then we read two more shlokas. O King, Lord Shiva, Narada, and the sage among the demigods, Kapila, the incarnation of God, all know very confidentially about his glories through direct contact. So here again the glories of Lord are explained. This is also very important. And we just discussed, O King, that personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc., is that very personality of God is Sri Krishna. This is very important for us to meditate. And then last shloka which we discussed, before being the absolute personality of Godhead, he is present in everybody's. Actually, this previous shloka, this is a very important point. Is that this. So. Yeah, so this is the 19th is the main important answer which Krishna is, Bhishmadev is telling. The main reason what he feels is Asyanubhavam Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam. So here he is considering why Krishna puts devotees in tribulation. It's Anubhava, so that they become more close to him. So this is what is 19th shloka. And then further themes are continuing. And we'll see now 22nd one. Yet, despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. So now Bhishmadev understood And Vishnu was just lying in the death pit like what we discussed yesterday, and he was chanting Govinda, Krishna, Govinda, Hari, Murare. And then Lord said, okay, I'll come. But he wanted to take in a big way. He said, okay, you also see the Pandavas sitting in the royal throne. And then demigods and sages will anyway come to hear from Vishnu because he's very, very, very exalted personality like that. And here, uh, uh, despite his, yeah, yeah, this is over. So we'll do 22nd. Despite being is yet despite being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servant. The Supreme Lord, the absolute personality of Goddess Sri Krishna, although equal to everyone, is still more inclined to his unflinching devotees who is completely surrendered and know no one else as his protector and master. Having unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as one's protector, friend, and master is the natural condition of life. The living entity is so made by the will of the Almighty that he is most happy when placing himself in a condition of absolute dependence. The opposite tendency is the cause of fall down. So here the tendency is we have to depend on unflinching devotion, we have to do and completely depend on the Lord. The opposite is fall down only. The living entity has this tendency of falling down from by dint of misunderstanding himself as fully independent to the Lord is it Lord over the material world. The root cause of all trouble is there is false egotism. One must draw towards the Lord in all circumstances. The appearance of Lord Krishna at the deathbed of Vishnudev is due to his being an unflinching devotee of the Lord. Arjuna had some bodily relationship with Krishna because the Lord happened to be his maternal cousin, but Bhishma had no such body relation. Therefore, the cause of attraction was due to intimate relation of the soul. Yet, because the relation of the body is very pleasing and natural, the Lord is very pleased when he is addressed as the son of Nanda Maharaj, son of Nanda Maharaj, and the son of Yashoda. The love of Radharani, this affinity by bodily relation with the Lord is another feature of reciprocating loving relationship with the Lord. Vishnudev is conscious of this sweetness of transcendental human. Therefore, he likes to address the Lord as Vijay Sakya, Parth Sakya, etc. And one should not try to establish the relation directly. There may be a via medium which is transparent and competent to lead us to the right path. Any questions till now? Anybody has any comment questions? Okay, today we will end a little early. Tomorrow I will take till 9:30. If nobody has questions, then we'll take a break for today and we'll continue. I just took only one shloka. We'll do it. Thank you all very much. If you don't have any questions, then end it.